time again. That live with the Platinum Porsche Cup, and it's time for round 6. Round 5 is behind us now, and we have round 6 coming up. Round 6, a very interesting round. We are at Monza. I think this should work now. It should work. Come on. There it is. There we are at Monza this season. Currently, there are no drivers out on track yet. There is the first one. Winston Eckel, 10 minutes practice. We have momentarily. That is because there were some server issues, so we had to start a new one. But apart from that, everything has been going smooth. I mean, what can we expect at Monza? Going through T1 will be a big challenge for the drivers. And I think that, and I hope that all of them will manage to do so. Well, after T1 we have a very interesting second chicane, of course. First we have a long right-hander as Winston here spins out of the pits. He was first out on track. Our championship leader still is Oscar Fredriksson. He currently leads the way for his team. And yeah, I mean, going through it it's very close at the moment. We have at the top, we have Oscar Fredriksson, 208 points. Behind that is Winston Eckel with 148 points. He is still within reach of that title with 50 points up for grabs here. He can get within 10 points if Oscar doesn't score well today. A little bit of sad news as well today. Not a lot of people are attending this race. We had that issue for the last 2 rounds, but this week it's really bad. We've talked about this, and we want to finish this as best as we can. So that is why we are still live. We could have chosen to not do it, but that is not the proper way of doing it. Well, I mean, behind that it's Lasse. He's in P3. He is 1 point behind Winston, so it's all on between them. Tim is behind him. He 131 points. Still a long way off. 16 points of Lasse. That can all be done in one race here. We know that. And I think it's gonna be a absolute banger in the team standings. It is at the moment Platinum Racing Team Blue at the top of the standings, 350 points for them. 290 points it's for Color Shock Racing Team. They are very strongly in this championship as well. Eibach Racing Team 1 is third, 270 points for them, 260 points for VOR, the team where our current championship leader races for. Well, all that said, we have 30 minutes left until qualifying. We can talk a little bit about the track. Here we have Curva Grande, of course. We'll go on board with our man for a bit. We have the second chicane. Variante Retifiglio, it is the name of that second chicane. Currently it's Lasse in the lead, but this says absolutely nothing at the moment. It's Lasse at the moment in the lead, but that says nothing, like I said. But well, 2 less moves we just had. Then we have this illustrated little kink here, also has a name, I don't know that one to be honest. Variante Ascari, the one coming up. I mean, difficult one in these cars because, like you can hear, it's not full throttle from the moment you can go on throttle, really. It's not like, also with the F3s you can't really go on throttle because you have the left-hander, you come up to the right, then left, the long left, and then a sudden right again. We all know the chicane with the right hand, the car can get loose if you go through fast through there. And we have, of course, this long straight coming up. Then we go into the first corner. We'll go for a moment with this. It's a little bit better. So we go into the first chicane. Variante de la Rocha. This one is called the first variante. Then after this chicane we have Curva Grande. Of course, a very well-known name in the world of motorsports. Then we go, after this Curva Grande, we go into Variante Rete Filio. That is the second chicane here at Monza. Very important to not overshoot it because it can cost you a lot of time. The way iRacing gives you slowdowns, Fredriksson doesn't do that. Then we have the two Lesmos. The first, really difficult to get right, to be honest. It does really age long, that one. I think he has picked up a little bit of an off track there, but still it will count in practice here. Also very difficult to not get an off track. I think that is an off track as well. Yes, that is an off track, as I can see on my screen. But yeah, very difficult. That we have again Curva or Variante Ascari. Like I said, very easy to lose the car here in this right-hander. That sudden direction change can make the car very, very loose. Then after this we have a long straight again, a long straight to slipstream again. Now we go into Curva Parabolica, the last corner on this Monza circuit, and that will round off a lap of this circuit. Is he going to be able to finish this one and go to the top of the standings? Is my question. It doesn't look like it. 2 seconds left. No, he isn't. He's not going to be able to finish this one, I think. He is going to be able to go into the bits. Absolutely on the edge there. Well, that is all for practice that we have. We are going into qualifying immediately. Morkoida now out on track as the first one to be out there. And this is going to be a huge slipstream fest, like we see in Formula 1 as well. You don't want to be the first car out here because that gives you a real disadvantage, especially with these cars not really having a lot of dirty air behind them, and that means that you can easily follow through the corners as well. So it's going to be absolutely crucial to not be at the front. Of course, I think Lasse or Morkoida will now try and get out in front first. But once we get to Curva Parabolica, he will, of course, I think, drop back a little bit, try and find his gap behind. Really is behind him right now. I think that is a Platinum Race Team car of Vincent Ossam's. Yes, Vincent Ossam's is right behind him. He is looking to slipstream that one. The Eibach Racing Team car right behind him is another Eibach car. We only have 11 cars in this race today, sadly, but we'll finish it off well. Oh, is that a little bit of tactic there, that spin? Is my question. It looks like it now. Vincent is going to try and slow down because he doesn't want to be the first one out on track. Or is he just gonna slam it around the circuit? Of course, you want to see what our championship leader does. He looks to be in perfect position to slipstream, as Vincent is going to start the first laps for all of these cars. Oscar in the middle of the pack with the slipstream. Of course, Vincent is going to have a decent disadvantage here, but he is going to have an advantage off his own line into the chicane. Oscar into the chicane, doesn't outbrake himself. It's absolutely crucial to get a good exit out of here. That doesn't happen. I think he has now lost the slipstream Oscar because Vincent is just that little bit too far ahead of him, and that is not what they all wanted, I think. Vincent, does he have slipstream is my question then. It looks like he does, yes, from his teammate, and that is a very good line through the Variante Rete Filio. That second chicane is called. Then now through the Lesmos. Who is that ahead of him? The number 69 car, that is Thomas Jensen. He is out ahead of him, trying to give him slipstream now, getting out of the way for him. Not giving the others some slipstream. Marnix Heister has a purple second sector, a purple third sector. Looks like he's been practicing a lot this week lately. We don't normally see that from him, purple sectors from Marnix, but he has the slipstream from Oscar Fredriksson, which is really helping him. Vincent here is trying to, of course, make the best of it, and that is really not happening at the moment, it looks like. But he has 2 green sectors. Oscar Fredriksson in between that has a purple 4th sector. Marnix now all over the back of Oscar, not really having his own line, but Vincent is going to set the first lap time 1:49.293. Is anyone going to manage to get ahead of that? Winston Eckel doesn't manage that, and it looks like Marnix as Oscar have some off tracks in that lap. Oh, as Vincent goes around at his second attempt of trying to get a lap time in. We will look on with Winston. He has the slipstream from Thomas Jensen ahead of him, as we see a car going straight there in the first chicane. Vincent Osham's currently on provisional pole position, which we know he can perform the moment he needs to, but Winston Eckel currently in second position in the championship. He wants to perform as well. He wants to get a good result. Dennis behind that, the number 117 Porsche 911 car, or 991, has a purple first sector, but a yellow second sector, which is not ideal at all for him. He's going to try and do one better. But we're definitely underway here for the qualifying of this round at Monza. Currently out of front, it is Vincent Oshelms. He is now right behind Winston Eckel. They're going to try and play the team game. Meanwhile, ahead of that, we have, I think, yes, this is Dennis Pickprena is the one we're looking with. He has a purple first sector. Is he going to try and challenge that pole position lap time, that provisional pole position lap time from Vincent Oshelms? Behind that, Thomas Jensen also having 4 green sectors. Is it going to give him something? That is the question. Dennis Pickprena comes through, and he is 1.5 tenths off of pole position currently. But Lasse Gors goes faster, 2 tenths quicker than our current P2 Vincent. That is a brilliant lap from the young man. Tim Willeke, he is currently out in 6th, it looks like. Sven Marks also, where is he currently located is the question. This looks to be him. Car number 19, yes, that is Sven Marks for Platinum Racing Team Red, I think this is. He threw, oh, that is an off track there. That is a little bit too much, Sven. Not what he wanted there in Variante Ascari. Meanwhile, Tim, is he going to set a faster lap time is the question. 49.015, currently still the fastest lap. Sven Marks now for his first lap. That will count. Or will it is the question. We saw him go a little bit wide there at Variante Ascari. Does that mean that he now has his lap time ruled out of this qualifying? It looks to be so. Yes, that is the case. He's going to try and set a new lap time this time around. Really trying to stay clean. You don't want to start at the back of the field. Although you will only start 11th, which won't be too bad. 7th at the moment is Mark Hoyda. He will look to improve. The number 69 car of Thomas Jensen He currently is in 6th. Just behind that now, Luis Bilicki coming through. Is he going to improve into 7th? Yes, he does. Tim, the number 25, is... He has not set a lap time yet. Here he is. Oh, really wide coming out of there, using all the track available to him. Is that within the iRacing lines is the question. Sven Merckx having a lot of green sectors. Yellow one in the 3rd one, but he will first need to set a lap time. Tim, though, now with 4 green sectors, is he going to try? He's going to try and nick that pole position away from Lasse. Is he going to do that? Is the question? No, it doesn't look like he does. So, and it looks like he has to go again, because it looks like he has had another off track. Now the number 19 car from Sven Merckx, is he going to be able to set a lap time this time round? Then we've had 9 minutes already in this qualifying, and this is going to be crucial. Yes, that is P9 for Sven Merckx in his number 19 Porsche. He's going to try and look to do that one better, but he at least has a time on the board now. The number 44 Eibach car from Mark Koida, is he now going to improve? It looks like he is going to do so. 3 green sectors, 1 yellow, and that usually means he is improving. And yes, he does so. 49.5, and that just gives him P4, right behind his teammate Dennis Pickbrena. Oscar Fredriksson, number 12 car. He will also look to improve. He currently hasn't set a lap time, so that is not really ideal for the Swede. He's going to try and set that lap time, of course. Looks like it would be a brilliant lap time. But he does go into 3rd. Yes, that is a brilliant lap time. Of course, he manages to do so. Number 25. The only one who hasn't set a lap time yet is Tim Bilicki, and he is now going to try and get out of that zone. Is he going to do so is the question. Yes, he is. Right behind his teammate, and I think brother as well. P10 for P9 and 10 for the 2 Bilicki brothers. That is really not what they want. They want more. Being 2nd for the Colorshock Racing team means that they want a better lap time. They want to be up there for the team standings. Winston Eckel, though, he is improving as well in the number 17. He only has Curva Parabolica to go. And then he will come across the line to hopefully set an improvement for him. He's in P4 currently with a lap time of 49.34. Is he looking to improve? Yes, he does. He takes provisional pole position with half a tenth, 5/100ths of a second is currently the gap with which Winston Eckel has pole position. And with only 3 minutes to go, that is a very, very competitive lap time. Can he improve again? Oscar Fredriksson with a green 1st sector. Is that going to be enough for him to improve himself to P3, 2 or 1? Or at least improve his time? That is the question. No, it doesn't look like he is going to be able to do so. So that will rule him out for this lap. Winston throwing it over the curbs, and that is just a little bit too much. He goes off into the barrier. A slow tap. Thomas Jensen currently in 8th. The number 69. Of course, that is Thomas, his racing number. Thomas is a very funny guy. From knowing him, we know that he is very funny. So, of course, man has to pick 69 as his racing number, but not really looking funny for him out on track at the moment. Not really improving, although he could use an improvement. Oscar Fredriksson also not improving. The man who I think wants to improve currently is Lasse Grosch. He wants that pole position back, I think. He is out on track. Currently not improving. The man who is improving though is this Tim Bilike. He is improving. Lasse Grosch, yes, he is improving. He has a purple second sector. He is right ahead of Lasse, or right ahead of Tim, who is also improving himself. Winston Eckel has had enough for disqualifying. He's not going to be able to set a new lap time. So he really is depending on if Lasse can improve. 2 yellow sectors, that is not what you want to see. 3 green sectors for Tim Bilike. So he is going to improve, it looks like, if he can finish off these last 3 corners successfully. Lasse Grosch, is he going to be able to do it? That is the question. Second place for him it is currently with a lap time of 1:49.02. Is he going to improve and take that pole position away from Winston Eckel? The answer is no, he's not. 1,000th of a second is the difference between them. That is amazing. 1,000th of a second. That is absolutely nothing. And he takes second position. He has 1 lap, but I don't think he is going to be able to finish that one. And I think that is everyone done for qualifying. And it is Winston Eckel. He is currently in the pit lane, but he takes pole position with 1,000th of a second. That is amazing to see. I think so, because I don't think he will be able to finish his lap off. No, he will not. And that will set the grid for qualifying. 1,000th of a second is the gap at the end. In the top 2. We'll look on to the grid.
Set it in, and
Winston Eckel is in first position. Second is Lasse. Third, Vincent Assems. Fourth is Oscar Fredriksson. Dennis Pigbrena. Sixth, Mark Koida. Seventh is Morningsheister. Eighth, Thomas Jensen. Ninth is Luis Bilike. Tim is in 10th. 11th is Sven Merckx. That rounds off the grid. Sadly, a smaller grid than we are used to. We can look on to the race information. Of course, Monza, we know that the circuit is 5.75 kilometers long. And it's currently the temperature of the track is 33 degrees. 18 degrees is the air temp. Of course, it's located at Monza in Italy, but we are currently watching, and we hope that it will be an exciting race, just like qualifying. Winston Eckel is in first, 1,000th of a second. The gap was between first and second. It's absolutely nothing if you go from that, but it's just that little bit that you need to take pole positions as we now go on to the 5 red lights. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 red lights. They are out and we are underway for the first heat of this evening. Winston Eckel has a good start, but behind that Vincent Assems has an even better start. They're going to go side by side into T1. Fredriksson also has a good start. Morningsheister behind that also not having a good start. And it's Lasse Grosch with a absolutely terrible start. He falls back into 9th, starting 2nd on the grid. But it's really at the front where the difference is going to be made. Vincent Assems is going to try and sneak up the inside of Winston Eckel. Is he going to be able to do so? Winston covers that one off. And he has survived the first few turns. Now it's just he needs to get away from them as quickly as he can. Now into the two Lesmos we go. Then we have this long straight into the Variante Ascari. But it looks like Vincent has a better run onto this straight. He's going to try and do something up the inside, around the outside maybe. It's not really a corner where you can overtake, and he's not going to do it as well. But behind him is Oscar Fredriksson. He's trying to look and nick his way past Vincent. Vincent can do. Oh, as we have someone going off there in the background, and it looks like that is Koida going off into the barrier with a hard hit, but Vincent can help his teammate. Up the inside goes Oscar Fredriksson though. Is he going to be able to make that one stick? Oh, he pushes him out wide there, Vincent. That is not what you want to see. Both positions lost now for Vincent. He is not going to be happy with that action. Oscar, normally not the one to do so, but he is really eager to attack Winston Eckel. Of course, his championship rival is out in first at the moment, but ahead of this it is now Pik Brena who can try and make his way past Oscar Fredriksson. Does not manage to do so. Oscar a little bit of oversteer on the exit, though that will not help him on the exit to the Variante Retifiglio. Curva Grande is done now. Variante Retifiglio. Winston Eckel at the moment has a gap of almost a second. Defending the inside is Oscar Fredriksson here. He is desperately trying to hang on to that second place. Vincent will not be happy. Oh, looking up the inside there on Dennis Pik Brena. Not quite happening, but he is all over the back of him. He is just driving into his mirrors really. That this has allowed Winston Eckel to get away a little bit. Thomas Jensen is behind those three fighting. What is Vincent Ossem's gonna do here? Is he gonna try and go up the inside? He will try and make up those positions as quickly as possible. Oscar Fredriksson going straight on there. That is not good for our championship leader. He manages to slot back in just ahead of Thomas Jensen, but he loses the 2 positions ahead of him. And he is now again out of the fight. And he has eliminated himself really. And that is not what you want to see at the first few corners of this race. 4 minutes almost done. It's Winston Eckel out in front. He's trying to break that slipstream to Dennis Pik Brena. Of course, the low downforce set on these cars is really tricky, really loose on all sides. Vincent Ossems is going to try and do something up the inside. Not really close enough, but on the exit he might be able to get a better exit. Doesn't look like it. Dennis Pik Brena has the better exit there onto Curva Grande. They go into the slipstream. Vincent is absolutely glued onto the back of Dennis. He's going to try and just make this work. They are both gaining on Winston Eckel, though Winston, I think, trying to save his tires. Knowing a driver of his caliber and just knowing Winston, he will already be busy with managing the gap between him and Dennis, trying to save his tires the best he can without losing too much lap time, of course, so he can attack in the later stages of the race. The track is very hot, 33 degrees. This will eat up the rear and the front tires, so it's not really ideal for these cars. Need a lot of their grip from the tires, a lot of mechanical grip. Not really grip from downforce or the car really, but they're both gaining on Winston Eckel. That is also a effect of the slipstream. That is, I think, what Winston was so scared of going into this race. But if he can finish this one off well, he will be able to sneak that a little bit closer to Winston or to Oscar Fredriksson. Currently he is quite a long way off, 60 points off at the moment, but that can all be done in 3 races. 3 races to go, of course. this is one of them. So after this one we have 2 races to go, and it's all to play for between Winston Eckel and Oscar Fredriksson. Of course, in the feature race we have the reversed grid as well. So that is where Oscar is going to try and make some positions, or at least some points back on Winston Eckel. I think finishing 5th won't be bad at all, and he will have a quite clean field ahead of him. Only 5 cars ahead of him when they will start like this, which, don't get me wrong, will not be ideal, but it is at least something he will be thinking about. Meanwhile, these 4 really looking to get away from the rest of the field. Meanwhile, there are gaps performing everywhere already. I'm going on board with Winston Eckel. And now that is a good exit out of the Curva Parabolica. Into the first corner he comes. Marnix Heister is currently repairing his car in the real old NASCAR fashion style, slamming it with hammers. He says that is not where he wants to be after the first lap. Lasse also with a very bad start. Even if he would have been in first, that would have not saved his race with that bad of a start. Sadly, not what you want to see, but it happens. To the Variante Ascari he goes. That is a very crucial part to get right, because you don't want to have a bad run onto the circuit, especially with someone like Dennis Pickprena behind you, who's now falling back a bit out of the slipstream. That is, like I said, Winston is already thinking about saving his tires. As meanwhile, a little bit further back, it is Vincent Ossems trying to attack Dennis Pickprena and make it a 1-2 for PRL Blue. And that will mean that they will eke out in the team championship just a little bit further. Vincent Eckel is currently still out in front. Vincent Ossems in the slipstream, getting out of it. Up the inside he's trying to go. That doesn't work this time round. But if he stays this close, there an opportunity will provide itself. Thomas Jensen with the fastest lap time of the race last time out. He is looking to try and get one better. As we're now almost halfway into this race, and I think behind that we see a change for position. Thomas Jensen getting overtaken by Oscar Fredriksson. Is that the case? Side by side through the first Lesmo up the inside. Oscar Fredriksson, he's going to push him out wide, but they're still side by side. He has to give him the room. The inside is for Thomas Jensen into the next corner. He will try and stay there. We'll give you a lap around the circuit with the leader in just a little bit. But up the inside now goes Oscar Fredriksson. Or around the outside goes Oscar Fredriksson, excuse me. Thomas Jensen is overtaken by Oscar. And now Oscar will try and look to hunt down the people ahead of him. Winston Eckel currently still in first, ahead of the Eibach Racing Team car of Dennis Pickbrenner. Behind that it is Vincent Ossems. And Vincent now really shaping up or setting up his attempt on overtaking him. Winston has to defend into the first corner, and it doesn't look like he has enough speed up the inside. He's trying to go, doesn't work quite as well. Oh, as they have a little bit of a touch there. Does that allow Vincent through is the question. No, it does not. Next lap we will give you a lap around the circuit with Winston Eckel. That lap is coming in just a little moment. As Vincent is all over the back of Dennis Pickbrenner, trying to go around the outside or up the inside, but not finding a way past him. Dennis is making that Porsche as wide as he can. But now Vincent has the run. Winston trying to break that slipstream to Dennis. He's now giving the slipstream to Winston. This is some very smart team play. He's going to have to go around the outside. Vincent, he's pinning himself on the penalty spot here, as Winston likes to say, but he is going to go around the outside. Dennis unsettles himself over the curb. That is not where you want to be at the end of that lap. But now, just behind that, we see Oscar Fredriksson hunting down all three of these cars. But now we will give you a lap around the circuit with our lead driver, Winston Eckel. Well, and just like that, you have a lap time of 150.4 around the circuit of Monza. Winston Eckel is ahead of Vincent Ossems, making it a 1-2 for Platinum Racing Team Blue. But Sven Merckx and Thomas Jensen for Platinum Racing Team Red are in 6th and 5th. These two is the closest anyone is to each other on track, sadly. The only fight we can show on track. Marnix Heister is going to go, though, for something that not a lot of people would have been doing. He is going to try and overtake Lasse Grosch for 10th position. Or is Lasse also driving? No, he isn't. So he will take first position because of the reversed grid then. When he comes across the finish line next time, that is what is going to be happening. Very smart driving from Marnix Heister, although he is 6 laps behind already in this race. Winston Eckel is still out in front, leading. 4 minutes to go, but Vincent is knocking on the door of Winston Eckel. The same cars, of course, same setup, same livery as well. Also, only the number is different for these cars. So they will look onto that. Winston Eckel still ahead of Vincent when they come to the Variante della Roggia. The first chicane at the Circuit di Monza. 410s is in it at the moment. Shaping up to be an absolute great battle at the end of the Heat 1 race. Defending still is Winston Eckel. Is he going to be allowed, Vincent, to overtake Winston Eckel, knowing the championship standings and where Oscar Fredriksson is right now? I don't know, it's still early on in the season, or early on, it is quite late on in the season, but still early days for, I think, team orders, although we don't know what is currently going on inside the team of Platinum Racing Team Blue. Vincent Ossems, he currently looks to be out of the fight of this title, although he can use all the points he can get. Vincent Ossems, he is currently in P5, 116 points. He is still in the battle though, but not really close enough to do anything on Oscar Fredriksson if he just finishes all the races in a respectable position. And that is not difficult when you only have 11 cars competing in the race. Marnix Heister, is he gonna be able to overtake Lasse Grosch into? No, it doesn't look like it. Lasse Grosch is driving, but there it is. Marnix Heister behind him. This is the battle for pole position in the next race. We will keep an eye out for that one because that is going to be an exciting one as well. That is the battle for the last point and the pole position in the next race. But this one is a little bit more exciting. I think this will be the last lap of this race, or at least Heat 1. So a little more of slipstreaming fest to go. I mean, the guys at the back, Lasse Grosch and Marnix Heister, they can do what they want because they're 6 laps behind. So if something happens between them, Marnix will just give him that position back, so they can throw absolute dive bombs from half a second back. So that is definitely going to be an exciting one. But a few straights to go, and Variante Ascari and Curva Parabolica for Winston Eckel before he wins the Heat race or the first race this evening around the circuit of Monza. Vincent Ossems will make it a 1-2 then for Platinum Racing Team Blue. Behind that we see a battle for fourth going on. Oscar Fredriksson and Tim Belike. I hope I pronounced that correctly there. But Winston Eckel is going to come across the line in the first race of this evening to take the victory behind that, and making it a 1-2 for PRL Blue, or for PRT Blue, is Vincent Ossems. Then is Spik Brennas behind that. Oscar Fredriksson has overtaken Tim there just before the line. But this is a very interesting one. Lasse Grosch, is he going to be able to keep in front? Yes, he is. He got onto that sledge and he will be able to finish this race in front of Marnix Heister. So Marnix will start the next race, although his attempt to overtake Lasse He will start the next race in 11th position. Looking on to the result of that race. It is Winston Eckel only 2.5 tenths in front of Vincent Ossams. Vincent just ahead of Dennis. Oscar in 4th. 5th is Tim. Only 2.5 tenths or 2 tenths between those two. Sven Merckx finishes ahead of his teammate for Platinum Racing Team Red. Ahead of Thomas Jensen. 8th and 9th are Louis Bellique and Mark Koida. 10th is at the moment Lasse Grosch, Marnix Heister. Although his heroics, he will start this race from 11th. The next race. Because he has finished behind Lasse. Lasse chose to go out the last second there. And that has resulted for him to take, as we have cars going left, right and center here in the warm-up race. But we'll look onto the grid for this one then. Reverse grid this is, reverse top 10. Like we said, Lasse will start on pole position now. He has his pole position. Hopefully he has a better start than last time out. Mark Koida is in 2nd. 3rd, Louis Bellique. 4th, Thomas Jensen. 5th, Sven Merckx. Now the roles are again. They're switched. The roles are switched now. 4th ahead of Thomas, or ahead of Sven, is Thomas now. 6th, Tim Bellique. 7th, Oscar Fredriksson, our championship leader, will try and do better than last time out. 8th, Dennis Pikbrena. 9th, Vincent Ossams. 10th, Winston Eckel. And although his heroic attempt to try and start first in this one, Marnix Heister will start 11th this race. Well, let's look on to the race then, as we look forward to 5 red lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's green, green, green. They're all out, and this time Lasse Grosch has a good getaway, but behind him it's Tim Bellique with an even better one, and that makes for some interesting fighting going on here into T1, and it looks like it's Tim now. Is it Tim? Yes, it should be Tim. Or is it Louis Bellique? Yes, it's Louis in the number 77. Should have known that, I'm sorry. He is out in front now. 7 tenths already. Lasse Grosch again lost that pole position at the start, not having the best of starts. And now right behind that is Thomas Jensen trying to attack there. Winston Eckel is currently already up into 6th. Man is absolutely flying in the number 17 Porsche. That is amazing to see. He is now already right behind his championship rival. And it looks like Marnix Heister is again in the pits already. Not what we want to see. 30 minutes, this race is only 1 minute has been completed. Oscar still ahead of his main championship rival at the moment, Winston Eckel. If Winston Eckel can get the better of Oscar in 2 races this evening, that will really, really spice up the championship going into the last 2 races in 2 weeks and 4 weeks time. It will add another chapter to this championship, but first he has to get to them. The gap between those two is currently over a second. So not really looking great there, both of the cars. Vincent Ossams also up into 6th. He has a good feature race at the moment as well. Although he looks to be a little bit further back. Vincent Ossams, I have absolutely done him. I have absolutely done him. I am sorry for that, Winston. I have absolutely done you there, man. That is a commentator curse and a half. I thought he was doing great there, but he has pulled into the pit lane, I think for damage or something like that. He's currently in 7th, only 6 drivers out on track, and that is a sad, sad seeing. But at the moment, for the team championship, that is really, really, really great. It is currently both Color Shock Racing Team cars, one of my favorite livery in this series. Currently both cars out in front, and I think the better looking car from Lewis is currently out in front as well with those blue wheel covers. That is the better looking car. Those blue wheel covers, they just finish it off, but behind that it is Tim Bilicki under attack from Lasse Gross up around the outside. He's trying to go. He puts himself again on that curbstone, and Oscar Fredriksson has to watch out. He doesn't want to put himself into any possible danger position to get taken out of this race, because right behind him there, as we can see, is his championship rival. That is a little bit too far back. Winston Eckel in 5th already. He finally is he gonna make it a double like Oscar Fredriksson did in the first race of the season, and we haven't seen it since. That you win the heat race and win the feature race. We haven't seen it, of course, since the Spa race, the first race out. Oscar Fredriksson, the current championship leader, winning both of those 2 races there. He's now going to try up the inside of Tim Bilicki there. And is he going to make that one stick? Winston Eckel trying to make that one stick as well. He's going to have the inside for the next chicane. Winston, he is going to have to choose a side. Is he going to make it 3 wide into the next chicane? Yes, he is definitely looking for it, but he is going to bail out of that one. And it is Tim who currently holds on to 4th position, and it's now the championship rivals now. They are right behind each other. Winston absolutely all over Oscar there. Oscar has to try and get past him here, otherwise he is going to be under very heavy attack from Winston Eckel. This is amazing, the 2 championship rivals, P1 and P2, fighting it out on track. Where have we seen that as well at Monza? Hopefully it isn't going to end up like that as well. That would be very, very sad to see. But it is going to be Oscar now up the inside. He is going to put himself in a very difficult position. And now Winston will have the run onto this short straight in the slipstream. He is tucked into that slipstream. Very, very good. He's going to try and do it up the inside. Of course, is he going to pull an Oscar on Oscar himself? Up the inside, he's going to try and go. No, that is not going to work out. Oscar manages to brake later, but that won't give him the run onto the main straight that he would have loved. And now it is really Winston Eckel all over the back of him. He is now right alongside him. Tim giving Oscar the slipstream. But is he going to hang this around the outside, which will of course become the inside for the second part of the chicane. He's going to try and go up the inside of Tim as well. And that puts now, oh, is this the move Oscar has been looking for? It looks like so, yes that is. He now has a breather between him and Winston. Winston from attacking Oscar is now gone to attacking Tim Bilicki here. Lewis has absolutely pieced out together with Lasse. But this is the fight we are looking for. They are so close on track. And it's amazing to see these cars fight so closely with only six cars in this race. It is difficult to find out these battles, but we have managed to do so. All this fighting has allowed Vincent Ossems, though, to not get lapped, and he is still in this race if something happens. Koida, although behind that, is very close to these 3. He is closing in on these 3 as well. The top 3 here still can see the top 2. But Winston Eckel had the chance to attack Oscar Fredriksson there. Did do that, but from attacking he had to go to defending, kind of, or he had to attack someone else. But that was really smartly played there by Oscar Fredriksson. Now he is going to be the target man. He's going to be the man who won't have slipstream and will have to defend going into the first corner. And now it's Oscar Fredriksson to the inside. Will he be able to keep it around the outside here, Tim? He won't, although he will still be on the inside, and that it won't be the exit he will be looking for. This is Winston's chance to try and get past Tim here, to attack Oscar Fredriksson himself again. Trying to go down the inside, the long way around of Curva Grande. That will not work out. But he now has the inside Oscar defending Winston as well. But he is just trying to unsettle both of them and try and make them make a mistake as well. Lasse Grosch made his way past Louis Belicki. We will look onto that as well now. Up the inside there. Oh, that is absolutely great to watch. Still side by side here in the background, and that is his move done. As we look now again onto the top 3 here, they're all closing in onto the top 2, so this will be all to play for here. Winston looks kind of the weaker of all of them, not really able to get past Tim or Oscar. He looks to be the weakest of them all, not really able to stick behind them very, very closely. Tim now really trying to unsettle Oscar here. Try and get the better exit out of Curva Parabolica. He has managed to do so, I think. Winston is also right behind that, but not really in a range to do something as well with the slipstream. He is gonna have to go around the outside. We have Oscar's. We've seen Oscar do this multiple times now into the braking zone. It looks like Tim is now just a little bit more ahead, but that makes no difference to Oscar. And again here, Tim is now going to be under attack from Winston. Winston is going to have to try and stay in that slipstream just a little bit longer. They're both gaining on Oscar Fredriksson now. Gaining. Is he going to try and do it up the inside of Tim Belicki here? No, he is not. But outbraking himself and trying to go up the inside of Oscar there is Tim. Now trying to go up the inside of the first Lesmo is Tim as well. Oscar has to keep his nose clean here. Not whip the nose of Tim, his car. He's going to have the inside for the second Lesmo as well. That has unsettled Oscar and... oh, he's onto the grass, Winston. That is some tactical attacking there from Tim Belicki. And he is going to be now under attack from Oscar. He's going to try and keep this around the outside. Yes, he is. Oh, and they do have a touch there. Again, Oscar having a touch, not keeping his car clean. But now behind that is Winston Eckel. He really has to get past this. He really has to find his way past him. He's hampering him in the attempt of attacking Oscar himself. He's now going to try and do that up the inside of Curva Parabolica. He does manage to do so, but the cutback is for Tim Belicki. Now has the inside again. And is he going to have to bail out of this? Oscar just gives Tim that slipstream. The wise thing to do here, I think. Is he going to be clear though? Yes, he is going to be clear. Now, Winston is passed here on Tim. He can now attack Oscar himself. This is really a 1v1 battle. It is Winston with the advantage of the slipstream here, of course, as we are 11 minutes into this race. Almost halfway there, and it has been a spectacle between these three for quite some time now. We will look on to the front two for a little while now as well. It is Louis Belicki trying to stick with Lasse Grosch after that bad start on race 1. Lasse now has a better start in race 2. Still not a good start. He got overtaken again by 2 cars. The 2 Colors of Racing Team cars, but now he seems to just eke out that gap. The slipstream is really, it looks like, what is keeping Lewis behind him so closely. This is really a little bit too far back, so we look onto the battle for the last podium position and for the lead in the championship as well. Winston Eckel is he going to try and do it up the inside? This is not really the place to do, little buddy. And he isn't going to do it as well. He's going to be smart about that. He was trying to unsettle Oscar, and that seems to have worked. He has the better run onto Curva Parabolica. but he has to still make that one work. Tim now can still go up the inside of Vincent or of Winston Eckel here. Is he going to do that? Yes, he is going to do that. But around the outside of Oscar Fredriksson as well is Winston Eckel. The top two in the championship are side by side, 3 wide. They're going to make it 3 wide going on to the straight. Winston now is closer than ever before. He's going to have to go around the outside. Hopefully this doesn't end up like Verstappen and Hamilton did. But now, is he going to try and make it 3 wide? Tim. No, he's not. He's going to try and stick it out behind him. Winston is ahead of him. He is there. And Oscar gives him the room. Respectful, these two. This is how they should have done it. And there is Luis Belicki overshooting the first chicane. So this battle now is for second position. And Lasse is really clean now at the head of the field. Winston has a gap on the inside, but now overtaken again. Very smart driving there by Oscar. Overtaken again by Tim. Is Winston now going to try and do this up the inside of Tim again here into the first Lesmo? Yes, he is. He's paused before the exit here, but now down the inside will Tim become again. No, that is not the case. But now Fredriksson has that gap of 7/10. That is smartly driving by Oscar Fredriksson, but it isn't going to work out. They will still have that slipstream. And will we now have a moment to take a breather? No, we won't, because again, Winston Eckel is under attack from Tim Belicki. Is he going to try and make his way past here? Again, we see Winston again, gaining into the slipstream. And that is just courtesy of that slipstream here at Monza. If you lose it, and the guys ahead of you just use it tactically, or the guys behind it use it tactically, they will be able to catch up. As we have only 15 more minutes left of racing this evening of the 6th race in this Platinum Porsche Cup season. As Winston is now really clear of Tim. He looks to have lost the slipstream just that little bit. But Winston now can really focus himself on trying to get past Oscar Fredriksson here. And the question is, are they going to work together to maybe get Lasse as well? Oscar Fredriksson under attack from Winston Eckel. Of course, if he loses out to Winston Eckel here, that is not the end of the world for him. He has a lead of 60 points before the beginning of this evening. Oh, a little bit of an oversteering moment there for Winston Eckel. And a lot of people cheering on Oscar Fredriksson for the VOR team. And it looks like it is working, because Oscar now has got Winston Eckel outside of that slipstream, and that is crucial. He is now out of that slipstream. He had that moment going into the Variante Retefilio, and that seems to have really done him. He's out of the slipstream, but he is trying to make his way into it again. Oscar Fredriksson is gaining on the man ahead of him, Lasse Gross, but he has to gain in a faster rate to be able to do anything before the end of the race. Well, we have some time to breathe, finally. I thought for a moment I was going to die doing the commentary on this race. There was non-stop action, even with only 7 cars out on track, and really only with 6 cars in contention for any victory or something like that. But they've managed to do it. And now just a little bit further back we have a fight. Koda now trying to make his way past Belicki here. This is just a little bit further back, but don't get me wrong, this is still for a 6th position. So still some good points to be earned here in this battle. Trying to go around the outside of Luis Belicki, I think this is. Is he going to try and stick this one around the outside? Yes, he is. That will become the inside for the Variante Della Rocha, and that is just getting onto the grass, and that is not what you want to see. That battle done, not the way you wanted it to be done, really. Tim Belike is now right behind Winston Eckel as well. Winston has really fallen out of that slipstream, and it's gone from bad to worse for the man. And it looks like Oscar is going to take some points back on Winston Eckel. It won't be as much as Winston has gained in the first race, but it will be something, and it will be something that will come in handy come the end of the season, which is only 2 races away from us. It looks, if I say it's 4 weeks, then it looks longer than it really is. Vincent Awesom's currently 1.11 seconds, 1 minute 11 seconds back from our leader Lasse Gross. That is only, it's only something like 45 seconds behind Louis Belike. And judging on the fact that he had absolutely nothing to do with this race from the beginning, and again not having a good feature race, I had the absolute commentator curse there, and yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet next time out in feature races about Vincent Awesom's. Seems like that works out just a little bit better, but Tim really getting into the slipstream of Winston Eckel here. And it's Winston who is just simply losing on Oscar Fredriksson now. He is out of that slipstream. So it looks like I said, that Oscar was the fastest of them both. And then it was Winston Eckel and then Tim Belike, because they have been fighting for 20 minutes straight now. It's finally settled down a bit, and they have some time to think about what just happened. But it's Oscar Fredriksson gaining on Lasse Grosch at the head of the field. Thank you, Michael. It's appreciated. Thank you for the compliment, buddy. But it's Oscar Fredriksson out in front of this group of 3. It looks like Winston is able to stick within the 1.6 seconds, 1.7 second range of Oscar Fredriksson, but he had to do that when he was in the slipstream. He is gaining just a little bit on Oscar again, and that is also due to Oscar not having the best exit out of that corner. 1.4 seconds. Winston is, if he's once in back into the slipstream again, I think at that point it will become a battle again. 10 minutes left for Oscar Fredriksson to hold on to his second position and try and keep ahead of his main championship rival in the name of Winston Eckel, who is now right behind him, gaining on him last lap. Winston was 4 tenths faster just on pace alone. Definitely something I am going to keep an eye on over the course of these next few laps. Well, you've seen the lap from the point of Winston Eckel, but since we don't have too much fighting going on with only 6 cars, sadly 7 cars out on track, I'll give you another lap around the circuit of Monza. And hopefully we will come back to you with a nice fight again. And hopefully next week there will be more attendance again, because 11 cars in this race is not much. Of course, if you want to see more cars out on track, if you want to see more than 20, 25 cars, almost, I think, usually we have more than 30 cars out on track in our TCR championship. That will be next Wednesday again. I think we'll be out at Lime Rock Park then. I'm not sure about that, but that is great racing as well. Also a championship that is organized by Platinum Racing League. We go on board with our one and only leader Lasse Grosch, caught up by Oscar Fredriksson, but not by enough to really be under a threat. well. That is a lap around the circuit of Monza. And that is how he is currently keeping all of the drivers behind him. Behind that, we have, again, a battle for second position. Winston Eckel has managed to get his way into the slipstream of Oscar Fredriksson again. And this is now going to be a battle all or nothing. But behind Winston, it's also Tim Belike looking for that pass. So you can clearly see the gap here from above. Winston closing that gap in the slipstream. And Winston will be very, very happy if he can overtake Oscar Fredriksson here. These three have been fighting for the whole race. Into Variante Ascari. Winston just looks to carry more speed around that corner. The question to me is, are Oscar's tires done? Because that will also come into a play in the fight they will have. Tim has dropped off of this fight. His tires look to be done as well. 3/10 is the gap going into the last 5 minutes of the race. Here we go again. It's game on between Oscar Fredriksson and Winston Eckel, P1 and P2 in the championship. And Winston Eckel will look to do this one tactically like he always does. This will give Lasse almost certainly the win out in front of the field. As we have Winston Eckel now having a very, very good exit out of the Variante della Roccia chicane. Variante Retefilio they're going into now. Oscar really defending the inside. He's going to have to stick it around the outside. Winston Eckel is still side by side. He's going to force him out wide. He's going to try and get the cutback working. Is that working for Winston Eckel? No, it's not at the moment. He has to give it another fight or another go at another point because Oscar has that one covered. Oscar knows how to defend in these cars. Winston Eckel knows how to attack in these cars. But defending is so much easier in these cars than attacking because you need to have a certain amount of overspeed to really be able to make that confident pass. Down the inside he's looking now. Winston Eckel trying to sell him a dummy. But Oscar is just a little bit smarter than Winston is there. Winston now into the slipstream, just carrying a little bit more speed. A little bit too much out wide there. 11 incident points for Winston already. But trying to go around the outside now is Winston Eckel. Is he going to make that one stick? That is the question. No, but he will have to cut back. Side by side, Winston Eckel and Oscar Fredriksson after 27.5 minutes of racing. It is all going to come down to this. The guys will have 2 more laps to go around the outside. We saw that Oscar has this one covered, but Winston is in front this time around. Is he going to be in front in the braking zone as well? No, he isn't. Still side by side. We know that Oscar has this one covered. But still side by side going into the Variante della Roccia. Coming out of the Variante della Roccia, it's Winston Eckel in the lead. And it is Oscar Fredriksson who is in third. And Winston Eckel is in front of Oscar Fredriksson and will again gain points on him. Now it's the job of Winston Eckel to defend Oscar Fredriksson. Setting in the dummy, going up the inside is Oscar Fredriksson here. He's going to have to make this one stick. Do they touch? I don't know. Too close to call that one. But it looks like Winston has the run into the Variante, out of the Variante Retefilio into the 2 Lesmos. It's only 1.5 lap he has to keep ahead of Oscar Fredriksson. Oscar Fredriksson now also falling back into the hands of Tim Belike. Is Tim now going to make the day of Oscar Fredriksson worse as well? weaving on the straights maybe from Winston Eckel there. I didn't see how many times he changed direction there. Tim really coming up to the back of Oscar Fredriksson here. Does Oscar Fredriksson have some kind of damage? It's Winston Eckel going out wide there. 12 out of track points he has currently. That is a little bit too much. And that is a little bit too much for comfort, I think. Not really too much he can do. He can't afford a contact. Out of the track again goes Winston Eckel. He is making a mess of these track limits. Defending the inside. One attempt. He will have again Oscar Fredriksson. This is shaping up to be a very exciting last first corner. Is defending the inside is Winston Eckel. Oscar Fredriksson is ahead into the braking zone. And is he going to be ahead coming out of the Variante de la Roja? Yes, he is. But still on the inside is Winston Eckel. This is amazing to see. A better exit as Winston Eckel, although he was on the gravel. Now, down the inside, it is going to be for Oscar Fredriksson. Winston has that one covered. And he's now going to defend the inside. And behind that, it's also Tim Belike also trying to go around the outside. And he spins out. And that is Oscar Fredriksson who taps him around. Or he goes around himself. That is amazing to see. But we have a fight going on here for second. Defending the inside is Winston Eckel going around the outside. It's amazing if he can make this one stick. Yes, he makes this one stick. It's Oscar Fredriksson now, again in second position. And this is amazing for the championship. Now, trying to go around the outside maybe, Winston Eckel here. Again, this is amazing to see. He has 2 straights left and 1 Variante Ascari. Around the outside is usually the better line. Is he going to make this one stick around the outside? He's going to force him narrow. And it's again Winston Eckel in front. They have changed position like 4 times this last lap. And I think it is currently Lasse who will come through, of course, to take that victory. But that is not what we all want to see. We want to see if Winston Eckel can hold on to that position. Congratulations to Lasse. He is the winner of this feature race. And it looks like Winston Eckel is going to come through in second to take that first position. This is really effective, but not effective enough for Oscar Fredriksson to get past Winston before the start-finish line. And that is all done and dusted for the feature race. Tim comes through to finish 4th. After a little knock from Oscar Fredriksson there. It was eventually gonna happen between those two. Wow, wow, wow. I need a breather, man. This is amazing racing to see. It's Lasse Gross who, of course, comes through to take that victory. We will go on to the result, I think, if we can. No, it's still Vincent Ossems, the lonely man, still finishing this. Props to him for still finishing this, but wow, wow, wow. I need a moment after that last lap. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say about this. Wow. Vincent Ossems is eventually gonna come through to finish his race off as well. We'll look on to the result for the feature race now. In first position, we have Lasse Grosch. In second and ahead of his championship rival is Winston Eckel. 3/10 in between that. Oscar, of course, finishing 3rd and 4th. Tim Belike, 5th. Mark Koida, 6th. Louis Belike. 7th is Vincent Ossems. He is the last of the finishers. Thomas Jensen finishes 8th. 9th is Sven Merckx. 10th is Dennis Pigbrena. And 11th, and also not finishing twice, is Marnix Heister. 0 points for him today. Well, we'll start with dragging the winner of the feature race into the interview room, and it's Lasse. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Well, buddy, that is an amazing second race for you there
Yeah,
after
thanks.
after a calamity of a start in
Oh
the
yeah.
heat race there. We saw it
Mm.
happen and you fell back, I think, and got hit at one point and you were out of that one. But yeah, coming back in the feature race to finish first is definitely a great comeback.
Yeah, I spoke with Winston a few seconds ago, and I would say it was more or less the most intense race I'd see or I had experienced in my past. So, first 1,000 of a second behind Winston
Yeah.
qualifying, then disconnect in the first race
Oh, you
with
got a
the
disconnect.
yeah, I got a
Okay.
disconnect, and then I came back and actually finished before Manix for 2 seconds or so. I managed to get out of the pit really 2 seconds before Manix crossed the start finish line, so I could claim 10th place and then start from pole in the second race. So yeah, yeah, more or less very intense.
Yeah, very intense it was. I mean, I think this is the smallest field we've had, but it has created.
Yeah,
Of course, I think that is down to the track as well, but it has created one of the best races of the season. And I think if you are gonna watch back the race, yeah, I almost have no voice left after after the last few laps because it was intense behind you as well, man.
okay. Yeah, I thought so because Fredrickson and Louis Beilecke, I think,
Tim.
nee, yeah, and Tim Beilecke and Winston Eckel fought very intense behind me.
Yeah.
So maybe in a second gap. So yeah, I think so. I will definitely watch it again.
Yeah. Well, Lasse, it has been amazing to see you at the front again.
Thank you.
Thank you for the interview. You had an amazing race, and hope you have something of the same in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
You too, man. Well, we'll move swiftly on to, I think, someone who will be happy with the result, but not happy with how it went in the championship because his championship rival has finished ahead of him twice. It's Oscar. Welcome, Oscar.
Hello, thank you. Yeah, that was an intense race.
Yeah, well, Oscar, I don't know if you're gonna watch it back, but you three, Tim, Oscar, yourself, of course, and Winston, you have been on the stream for like 25 minutes in the feature race because there was absolutely nothing else going on than your fight. But what a fight it was! Fighting until the last lap, hammer and tongue there until I think the Variante Ascari. It was that there. It was. I think the last move.
Yeah, that was an intense battle. I loved every second of it. Was a bit of a shame we were battling so hard because I felt pacey. So I could have maybe caught Lasse and challenged him for the win had we not kept swapping positions. But I mean, of course, we all want to be in front. So that was a great battle. Very aggressive from all drivers. Bit over the limit on multiple occasions from both me and other drivers, I would say. But yeah, very fun, and these cars can handle it. So it was good fun. I got a bit of a crooked steering after one of the harder touches in the first chicane. Can't really remember the accident, but so my car wasn't feeling the best for the last 2 laps or something. So when Winston went for that move around the outside into Ascari, I was like, okay, please just hold on, don't crash here. See if you can get him on the exit, maybe, but take it easy. Don't spin the car. You have no idea what it's gonna do. So I'm just happy I held on.
Yeah. Well, can you maybe, I don't know if you've seen it yourself, but explain a little bit what happened with Tim the last lap in the Variante Retifilio? That is
I,
the second chicane.
the second chicane, can't even remember which Oh, you mean on the last lap?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was just I don't know how it looked on stream, but on my screen that was just a massive netcode. I was honestly surprised when I saw him spin off because I was nowhere near him. I was like, what did he touch the grass or what happened?
Yeah.
And then I saw I had like a 4x or something.
Yeah,
Most rookie.
it
So
looked
then I
very
watched it back.
unfortunate.
Yeah, so I mean, net code, but still, I'm sorry to him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, two amazing races for you, but Winston 2 times finishing ahead of you. Is that something you're gonna be wary of going into the next races? Because the gap was 60 points coming into this weekend, and it has closed up quite some margin, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to have a look at the standings and see what the points difference is after this race. Also, there's a drop week, so I don't know how. I think there is at least. So I don't know how that will play into
Yeah.
effect in the final standings. But as long as I can stay up there and keep scoring kind of decent points, I should be good. We have but we have 2 more races coming up, Le Mans
Yep.
and
Yeah, 2
Nerv.
more races.
So as long as I can stay up there, I should be good, I think. Yeah, even if he finished ahead of me in both the races today.
Yeah. Well, Oscar, it has been amazing speaking to you, and I hope you have a great race in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you. See you in 2 weeks.
Well, we move on to someone I have to give my apologies to. It's Vincent. Vincent, first of all, my apologies for again the commentator's curse in the feature race, and yeah, a good race from you in the heat race. I have to
Oh
say.
no, did you mention it beforehand?
I did not mention it beforehand, but at the
Oh.
moment I said in the feature race that you finally looked to had a great start in the feature race. Right at that moment, we saw pit in.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I had a good launch and yeah, Sven just didn't notice me or something. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I was on his left side and he just swerved to the left. He had some wheel spin, he said, I think. And yeah, I just crashed into the barrier and had a meatball. So I had to pit. Luckily, it was only like 30 seconds required repairs, but the car was, yeah, you were on the back of the field, and yeah, the car was completely fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And it's
mean,
unfortunate because the first race was pretty decent.
mhm.
I think I had the pace for to fight on the front, even for the second race. But yeah, it's a shame. It was nice seeing the broadcast. Halfway through the race, I opened it up on my second screen, and it was a really fun battle to watch.
Well, I don't know if you had your voice or your yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, I had my audio turned
Yeah.
on. Yeah, it was quite fun to watch. It was really exciting.
Yeah.
It was a shame I couldn't participate in it.
Yeah, well, exciting it was definitely. I mean, you were there in the first heat, fighting at the front, finishing second behind Winston, a 1-2 for the Platinum Racing Team Blue guys, doing a good job in the team championship as well. I think you guys are looking more onto that as well now.
Yeah, for me definitely. I think maybe top 3 in the championship is still possible. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what the how what the standings are right now. I think I'm P5 or 6 or so.
Yeah,
7?
you were P6, I think, with 116 points.
Okay. Yeah, the gap to P1 is enormous. So I'm just trying to get the points for the team and
Yeah.
try to win the team championship.
Yeah, so we were thinking in the first heat race that we saw you right behind Winston. Was there some kind of team strategy going on where you couldn't pass Winston because Winston is still fighting or is still able to fight for that championship?
Yeah, I
Or
said to him, he helped me because who was behind me? I'm not sure. The IBAC
yeah,
car.
Dennis, I
Not sure
think it
who it was.
was.
Yeah, Dennis. Dennis had the pace over us, I think, or at least me. So Winston was trying to give me the slipstream when he could, but he wasn't obvious slowing down for it. But just taking certain lines on the spray to give me the benefit. Um, but yeah, afterwards I said to him, just let's finish this and take the points. You're ahead of me in the championship. So yeah, just didn't. Also, he was very quick. So if I was trying to pass him, it would have been very difficult, and the potential it would go wrong was very high. So the risk was way too high. So I just sat behind him and made sure we got those points.
Yeah. Well, Vincent, it's been amazing speaking to you again. I'm gonna wish you luck for the next race, and yeah,
Yeah,
hope you have some of the
yes,
same races as well.
yes. Thank you.
Bye
Great
bye.
commentary, Terry. By the way.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Well, I think there is only one man left we can finish this with. If we've left the best till last, and it's Winston. Winston, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Thank you, mate.
Winston.
Yes.
What can we say about this performance? Finishing first and second.
What can we say? Well, a solid job and a nice day at the office. No, I'm joking. No. I had the first race. Well, talking it through. I had a good. We were like, was I, helping each other. Me and Vincent. We were all working together, trying to get the best qualifying time. Because also in the practice we have talked about it. From okay, maybe try to tow each other a bit here and here and there.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were all, we were towing each other on, and then the qualifying. I had a good qualifying lap, and then after that, I saw Lasso on 1/1000th of
Yeah.
a second behind.
You have been in it at absolutely everything that happened on stream today. You were in it. You were joking before the broadcast that I was always showing you, but the
Yeah.
only option I had today was just showing you because all the action was around you.
Yeah, that's a
You
good
were
thing then. But still, we can. This is the Porsche Cup for Platinum, and this is not the Winston Eckel show. So I want to see all the other drivers as well because we just had such a good race today. Especially, yeah, it's sad
Yeah,
to see
definitely.
we only with the field that we only had like 10, 11 drivers. But also, yeah, that's because the length of the whole season, all that. So for the next time, we're going to learn from that and make it better. But still, with those 11 drivers, I had immense fun, and the Porsche Cup, yeah, just like yeah, always say, the car's amazing. It's the oversteer, it's the side by side battling, it's the yeah, it's so good to drive and so much fun. And also with the second race with Oscar, I had amazing battles, and with Tim as well. Sometimes three wide into the first corner, in the second chicane over the curbs, and then the last lap also now with with a slowdown on into the last one, and then around the outside of Ascari. It was amazing to drive, and yeah, the Porsche Cup is still a very guilty pleasure here in iRacing for me. So
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Well, it looked like you had the upper hand on Oscar for, I think, the second half of the race. Is that just tire management, or you just got into the zone at that point?
Well, it's really difficult to get in the zone with the car, but still, in the beginning, with Tim, Oscar, and me were battling really on, and then after that, I made some small mistakes. Then I let the gap to 2 seconds, and trying to indeed save the tires a little bit because the tires were dropping off in the first race around like 21 minutes. Around that, and then I thought, okay, then in the last laps, last for like 4 to 5 laps, I'm going to do full attack, full send, and we did full send the cars, yes. And yeah, and then in the last laps I could a little bit gain on the exit, yeah, also for Ascari. And also Oscar said to me as well from, yeah, I got some little bit of damage on the car, that turning in for Ascari was a little bit difficult. And yeah, I was a little bit faster there, and then yeah, you can easily get to it. And then also with the slipstream here at the yeah, the Temple of Speed, 270 k's on the straight, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I could overtake him in Ascari.
Yeah. Well, Winston, it's been amazing seeing you fighting there on track, and it's been amazing speaking to you. I'm gonna wish you great luck for the next races. You're second in the championship, catching up to Oscar, and hopefully you can make it a good title fight.
Yes, we're going to do that, mate. Let's go.
Thank you for the interview, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Have a nice evening.
Well, everyone, that is absolutely amazing. What can I say about that? It's wow. Action from start to finish with the smallest field we've had in the Porsche Cup all season long, sadly. It is just performed one of the greatest races I have seen in this whole season. It's definitely a track and car combination with these drivers. Of course, these cars with the same setup being so close to each other, drivers being so closely matched, and then this circuit with the slipstream. It's absolutely magical. Well, if you did enjoy it as much as I did, smash that thumbs up button for the championship and subscribe if you think it's worth it. We have some amazing races coming up. We have the last race of the W12 Sprint Series coming up in 2 days, and then Wednesday we have the third race of the TCR Cup from Platinum Series as well. Always great racing there as well. Always very close. More than 30 cars on track there most of the time. So a lot of things to look at, and we won't have to look at Winston and his friends he is fighting with, of course, anymore. Well, if you enjoyed it, come back for more in 2 days' time when we have the W12, like I said. For now, I'm gonna thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it, and hope you stay safe until the W12 stream. Well, for now, it's thank you from me, from the whole W12 community, from the whole PRL community, and from all the Porsche Cup drivers. Stay safe out there.